Hey everyone, Steven here from Redolescence and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance from the company English Laundry, and the fragrance goes by the name Tahitian Waters. So here's the bottle. This one was released in 2013, and a really nice presentation to this one. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. And as the name implies, Tahitian Waters, this is a very tropical sort of a scent. You think of Tahiti, the island located in French Polynesia, and you think it's going to have some tropical nuances. And of course, the fragrances that come to mind are like Tommy Bahama fragrances, Set Sail St. Barts being a popular one, Creed's Virgin Island Water. And this one certainly does contain a lot of those ingredients, a lot of those tropical sort of ingredients. We have lime, we have orange, we have bergamot, a little bit of coconut too, which kind of adds to that tropical exotic nature of the composition. Well, this one is classified as a fruity floral gourmand, and I certainly have to agree with that classification. And as far as the company English Laundry goes, this was established a while ago, but their first fragrance is from 2010, and their most earliest release is from 2014. So this one, 2013 release, was released just a couple of years ago. And next up, let us take a look at the presentation. So when you purchase this fragrance, you will find it comes in this box. You have the name of the fragrance, the name of the company here in the front. The logo up here at the top actually looks very nice. The box has a really nice texture to it as well. You have the ingredients on the back, UPC at the bottom, nothing going on at the very bottom nor the very top, but that's it. And then, as if that weren't enough, you have another secondary really nice box. This one actually opens lengthwise like this. It actually has a magnetic top, so you can pick it up from the box without fears of it coming apart. You have the English Laundry logo on the inside. Just incredible attention to detail. Here you have that same pattern that you get on the box. You know, they really add a lot of attention to detail with their presentations, which is why I mentioned this in my other review too. I'll reiterate it. This is really like a hidden gem in the designer industry. Concentration, which is eau de parfum, so it is a higher concentration of aromatic compounds, and the box lies right inside that silhouette. And here's the bottle. I meant the bottle lies in there. So here's the bottle. It's quite reflective. You can see everything in there. My ugly mug, the camera. You have Tahitian Waters, the logo here in the front. Nothing going on at the bottom. Nothing going on at the back. The cap, again, really nice attention to detail. English Laundry by Christopher Wicks engraved. The cap clicks into place very securely. You can pick this up from the cap. No qualms there. The atomizer on this one is great. Gets the job done. And that has been the presentation for Tahitian Waters by English Laundry. Alright, so what you get from this fragrance right when it opens up is a very pleasant smell. I do have to say that. This is a high compliment getter. My fiance really likes this one. She actually has stolen this one from me from time to time, and she does wear it occasionally. Now, I think that, you know, despite the classification, I know this is marketed for men, I actually find this to be a rather unisex scent. You think of the notes that it contains, like ylang-ylang and jasmine and coconut, lime, bergamot, orange, some woods. Of course, those are all very unisex ingredients. I would even go as far as arguing ylang-ylang, jasmine, and some, you know, those are more likely to be found in a woman's perfume. But this one just actually works really, really well to put forth or posit a really positive men's fragrance. And I like the combination of ingredients. Now, I do have to say, upon initial spray, it does have a familiar designer vibe to it, but I can't quite put my finger on what this one smells like. I guess it's sort of like an amalgamation of different scents, but the overall result that it produces, it's a really, really nice scent, guys. When it opens up, you are going to get a lot of sugar. And it's not really sugary as in like a cotton candy, Aqualina, blue sugar, or pink sugar kind of a vibe. No, that's not what you get with this one. With this one, on the other hand, is more of like a CH Men by Carolina Herrera. You know how you get that sugar cane note up on top in the opening? Well, that's kind of what you get from here. Not exactly the smell, not identical by any means, but you do kind of get that brown sugar note in the opening, and call it synesthesia, call it what you will, but it does kind of paint like a brown olfactory picture. As weird as that sounds, you have to smell it in order to really get what I mean. Now, ylang-ylang is one of those florals that has a very unique smell to it. at times, depending on the concentration in which it's used and the other notes with which it's paired, can actually produce a smell that's similar to that of a banana. And I kind of get a little bit of that in this fragrance, which kind of just adds to that exotic nature to it. I actually really like the scent that it produces. And then you have just a little bit of coconut. Now, I know the coconut note is going to raise some ears, going to open some eyes, so I need to say something in this review. If you're looking for a coconut that has a really tropical pina colada being on the beach sort of smell, this isn't the fragrance for that. And you know, there are a lot of fragrances out there like Creed's Virgin Island Water, a lot of really coconut dominant scent, especially in the women's market, that really do that job pretty well. And if you're looking for like a suntan lotion, sort of a coconut like an Estee Lauder's Bronze Goddess or Bottom 9 Fire Island, of course, those are the fragrances to suit that purpose as well. Longboard by Min New York. This one, on the other hand, has a very mild coconut note. So if you're expecting it to be rather dominant in this scent, it's not. What I do think it does, though, is it adds to the overall tropical, exotic nature of the composition. And I actually like the inclusion of the note of coconut in this scent, and I'll tell you why. I know this is going to seem a little trivial and picayune, but there's another scent in my collection that I own and I have reviewed called Mark in accordance with Avon, and the name is Instant Vacation Greek Isles. And that's a scent that contains a lot of coconut, or a little bit of coconut. And I mentioned in my review that I didn't like the marketing of that fragrance because coconut is not a note that is native, or a fruit that is native to Greece or any of its islands for that matter. So for this one, when we're talking about Tahiti, Tahitian waters, yes, it is actually native to Tahiti. I looked up their cuisine a little bit, found some websites. So I actually like the marketing, the fact that the marketing is on point for this one. And also, as the name implies, waters, I do get sort of an aquatic note from this, or a chord from this fragrance. So I like it. So I think it's the aquatic nature of the composition that lends comparisons being made to other fragrances. But still, in the end, what I like about this one is that it is a unique scent. Now, again, I have to go back to what I said before. This is a high compliment getter. I did actually wear this in the car about 2 weeks ago, when I first got it a couple of weeks ago. And my fiance goes, "Oh wow, I actually like that one." Many of my viewers know that my fiance doesn't like 90% of my fragrances, but this is one that she actually likes. She's been wearing it the past few days. She's been stealing sprays from me. So this is a really solid scent. Excellent release from the House of English Laundry. Very impressed with it. Last up, we have the rating. So first up, we have uniqueness and overall smell, and I'm going to give this scent an 8 out of 10. Now, I do think this is a unique scent, although it does kind of remind me of some other designer scents. Again, I couldn't quite put my finger on which one it reminded me of exactly, so it kind of like combines elements of different fragrances, but I like it. You know, it's a little sharp because of the lime, it's a little tropical because of the coconut, the ylang-ylang, it's a little clean because of the jasmine, and it's a little sweet and addictive because of that brown sugar, but everything is used in a very modest, you know, amount. Nothing is too powerful or too overbearing, but I guess, you know, some people might go as far as calling this one generic, but I think the scent that it produces and the occasions for which this is appropriate, you're going to get a lot of positive attention with this one. I actually really like the smell. I gave it an 8 out of 10. As far as longevity goes, again, solid 8 out of 10. This is an eau de parfum, and you will get about 8 to 12 hours. I know some people said they have gotten like 10 plus hours from this one. I do get 8, which is within eau de parfum range, so I think the performance for this one is great in terms of longevity. As far as projection, this is again an 8 out of 10 for me. It does radiate within an arm's length for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it comes off rather strongly. You will get noticed with this one, and then it starts sitting closer to the skin, not really becoming a skin scent, but you do have to get kind of like a close encounter environment in order for one to really fully be able to detect this off your skin. As far as versatility goes on this one, I ended up giving it a 7 out of 10. Now again, perfectly unisex. I do think in terms of the seasons, this is more appropriate for the hotter weather, not just because of the performance, but also because of the compositional nature. I think in terms of occasions, you can wear this one casually because it's a pretty solid price that you'll find it for online. You can wear this one on a date because it's a compliment getter and it's a very safe scent. And I think in terms of like higher end social scenarios, I would wear this semi-formally, maybe just not formally. And age range, it does have a youthful appeal because of that tropical coconut nature to it. So I can see high school student up to somebody maybe 25, 30 years old, maybe early 30s, 40 and up, probably something a little bit more mature, a little bit more refined, but pretty good versatility nonetheless. And you guys know what I think about the presentation, not just from this review, but from my Oxford Blue review. I ended up giving this one a 9 out of 10 for presentation. And overall, I'm going to have to give Tahitian Waters by English Laundry an 8 out of 10. I think that this is a solid scent. I think the marketing is on point for this one. I love the presentation, the bottle, the name, the entire design of it. I love the note breakdown, the interplay of the different notes within it, and how they kind of play with these unconventional notes that are not really typically or traditionally used in a men's fragrance, but they pulled it off and executed it so perfectly with this one. This is a great scent. Again, high compliment getter. I'm looking forward to wearing this one more often this summer. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Tahitian Waters by English Laundry. If you own or have tried this scent, please let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos. So again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. This has been Steven with another fragrance review from Redolessence. We'll see you soon.